when somebody's coming at me with one leg off of the mat, right? Give me this leg. What other leg is it? This one on the mat. This position, combat based, right? So maybe John just got my guard over, he's trying to pass it, maybe whatever, 6 of 1, whatever. Anything could be happening. And it's either going to be really wide like this or it's going to be really narrow like this. But the point is, if I can get this off of the mat and then we start rolling, it's much better for me, right? Like, I mean, it's, pretty obvious, right? If he can't put his foot on the floor, it's very difficult for him to balance anyway, right? So one way that I can do this is if I enter into DPAP, we did this last week where I push into him with my head, push off, and I kind of go this way, right? That's great if I want to play without hooks, but I can also do this with hooks. So the DPAP with hooks is here, shin on shin, hugging it with my other foot. I do the same push. This elbow here is on the outside, but it's tight and close to my body, so folks that are worried about giving up a kimura, giving up an underhook, anything like that, you're going to be very careful in here, right? This arm's already on the inside. I push off of John here like this, and then I'm usually going toward this leg here, this way, when I enter into this position, right? One really useful thing that I can do is John's going to try to drive his foot through and put it on the mat and so forth, and if he can get that foot on the mat, I'm in a lot of trouble. In order to do that, he usually needs to have his knee pointing this way, right? So if I can turn his knee the other way, it's going to make it automatically kind of a little more difficult. At the same time that I do that, if I lift his leg up and I continue to have some pressure and I reach under like this, I'm starting to turn over my hips, right? And if I can turn over my hips here, here's the thing you don't want to do, right? I don't want to go like this and lift, because then it's up to John where he puts his crotch, right? I want to be in charge of that. So when I do this, I'm going to push with my shin and I'm making a little hook with my leg. Can everybody see that? It's like I'm grabbing. Kevin Santee does like a ko uchigari in judo like this, where he grabs the person's foot and picks it up. Really useful, right? I'm just grabbing it. And then I push, and I push, and I push. Until I get to it. Now I can easily plant and go past. Right? This is a lot more like pushing than it is like lifting, right? Daniel's got that combat base position. I make a baby hook here, and then I hook here behind. Give him a little push just so I get some resistance, then I go here. Once I get here, my left hand, you gotta be careful with your left arm, but if you're keeping your elbow on the inside, you're gonna be okay here. If you feel weird about this, just like everybody but me will probably, go ahead and just hide it. That's okay, right? But you gotta get used to eventually not worrying as much about that. Here, tug, got his head, got his leg going the other way. If Daniel can put his foot on the mat here, I am in a lot of trouble, right? But if I can start to rotate his knee, and then I can lift, and I can push mostly. Push, 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 push. Here, here, and then I'm looking to pass. Make pretty good sense, guys? All right, it looks like it's a butterfly hook lift thing, but it's not. It's pushing with your shin. Keep that in mind, try it out.